Hello world. I am 8 years into software development. I've worked with React, Vue, Angular, Node.js, Python, done all the optimization, basically done the whole thing. And 2 weeks ago, I decided to blow it all up. Yep, you heard it right. I'm making this jump into inference engineering. That's the role that makes AI actually run fast at scale in production. And I'm going to document every single step of this journey on this channel. If you are a software engineer sitting on the fence about going into AI, this channel is for you. So, by the end of this video, you'll understand what inference engineering actually is, why I think it's one of the best bets in tech right now, and what my roadmap looks like for the next 10 to 12 months. So, let me be honest with you about why I'm doing this. For the last year, I've been feeling uh, something that I think a lot of senior engineers are feeling, this strange combination of boredom and anxiety. Bored because AI tools have automated 60 to 70% of the work I used to find challenging. And anxious, well, because AI tools have automated 60 to 70% of the work I used to find challenging. Writing components, fixing state bugs, debugging CSS layouts, things that used to require me to actually think, I can now solve in 20 seconds with a prompt. So the question I started asking myself is, where does a software engineer go when work gets easy? And the answer I landed on was, go deeper into the stack. Go where it's hard again. Go where the leverage is. Let me show you something. This is a real job post for an inference engineer. Requirements are strong systems programming, GPU optimization, familiarity with VLLM or TensorRT, benchmarking modern latency. Let me break this down for you, what this role actually is. When you use an AI assistant, somewhere there's a server, usually with very expensive GPUs running the model, that generates your response. Every single word it generates is enormous amounts of matrix multiplication happening on the GPU hardware. Inference engineering is the job of making that process fast, cheap, and reliable at scale. It's not about training models, that's machine learning research. It's about serving models, deploying them, optimizing them, squeezing every millisecond and every dollar of efficiency out of the hardware. Think of it like this: the difference between writing a web application and optimizing a database for 10 million queries per second. Same domain, completely different skill set. And for someone coming from the production engineering background, this is very learnable. Every company deploying an AI product needs inference engineers. The model gets trained once, but it gets served billions of times. The inference layer is where the actual cost and actual user experience lives. And right now, there are not enough engineers who understand this deeply. I looked at 50 job postings this week. The skills they want is PyTorch, CUDA, VLLM, TensorRT, distributed systems, and they want someone who can ship production systems, not just research. That is a sweet spot for someone coming from production engineering. I already know how to ship. I already know how to think of systems at scale. I just need to add the machine learning layer. So here is my actual plan. 5 phases over next 10 to 12 months. Phase 1 will consist of machine learning foundations and transformers architecture. I already have some machine learning knowledge, so I'm refreshing. Not starting from zero, but there are gaps I need to fill. Phase 2 will consist of LLM inference specifically. Things like VLLM, quantization, continuous batching, KV cache. This is the specialist knowledge. Phase 3 will consist of GPU programming, CUDA, Triton, profiling tools, and this is the deep end I was talking about. Phase 4 will be production systems, Kubernetes, auto scaling, monitoring, logging. I think you already know, if you're coming from a software engineering big background, you have managed large scalable softwares. Phase 5 will be job search and transition. And throughout all of this, I'm making videos every single week, posting updates about technical deep dives, honest journey updates, project builds, and what I've learned so far. I think you should come along with me, and we will make a great journey to this. And I'm doing this publicly because I think there are millions of engineers thinking about making a similar move. I want to see the if you I want you to see the real version, not the polished I made it retrospective, but the actual messy process. So that's the plan. Week 1 starts today. Next video drops this week. It's a machine learning course I put together. Supervised learning, unsupervised learning, neural networks, deep learning. Everything you need before we start getting into transformers and inference specifics. Even if you already know some of this, it's worth watching, so our vocabulary stays aligned. Subscribe if you're coming on this ride, and drop a comment. Are you also thinking about transitioning your career into AI? I want to know. See you around.